Anyways, let's move on a little bit here before we get out of here, and let's get into the Freeman Mazda stat of the week. Let's get right into it. We're talking about the Cowboys using one high looks, two high looks, how the Mazi Smith pick is going to help them transition a little bit more to a two high defense. But if we look at the Freeman Mazda stat of the week, you're going to see another reason why it matters. If you look at the amount of times that they used a light box last season, they were the 26th team in the NFL in terms of how often they did that. However, in those limited snaps that they did, which was 43%, by the way, they were the best. No one was as good as the Cowboys in terms of success rate when they had a light box. That number was surprising to me. I didn't expect it, courtesy, by the way, of Sports Info Solutions. Now, the opposite more or less happened when they stacked the box, when they had multiple players in the box, which was as often as every other NFL team at 31%, by the way. That was the highest rate in the league. They were 17th only in terms of success rate. Now, what is behind this number? It can be a lot of things. It can be that when the Cowboys stacked the box, they were not nearly as healthy in coverage versus the pass. And the same for the light box. It might mean that they were very good when they had those two high safeties to take away the top of the offense, right? To put a cap on the offense. So the Cowboys, what they're looking for essentially in transitioning to more of a two high defense is for them to be able to bring up that number that you see in the usage line for light boxes. They want to use more light boxes throughout the season because that will allow them to be a more successful defense across the board. Now, yes, there are a lot of variables to it, but in short, this is why the entire NFL is transitioning to two high shell type defenses. And they can rotate the safeties. It doesn't even mean that they have to be up there all the time. They can rotate them aggressively post snap, and you can have a cover one or cover three type defense, even if you start off with those two high safeties. But it becomes way easier for you to keep offenses from taking those deep shots to gain explosive plays. This is what the Cowboys want to do, I think. I think that's what getting Mazi Smith means. You get a run-stuffing defensive tackle that will allow you to survive even with a light box, and you're going to be more willing to run those groupings more often or those formations more often because you trust that you have a guy that can eliminate two gaps consistently just by occupying space and freeing up the linebackers. And that's what the Cowboys have in Mazi Smith. So, ladies and gentlemen, do you think, and this is my question from me to you, the Cowboys' run defense is getting slightly better, significantly better, or worse? Let me know in the chat. And while you do that, and before I give you my final answer, let me talk to you about our friends over at freemanmazda.net, because they're bringing you the stat of the week as they do every Wednesday night. Family-owned business, has been so for over 65 years, and you can check out their car dealership at Irving, Texas, or you can browse through their wide range of new and used vehicles over at freemanmazda.net. In there, you can check out pictures of every car. You can go through the features of every car as well. And as we do around this time here on Primetime, it is time for us to dive into the ride of the week. The 2023 Mazda MX-5 Miata Grand Touring. This one starts at $34,385. It's got Apple CarPlay / Android Auto. It's got a manual transmission, Apple CarPlay / Android Auto, premium audio, convertible roof, blind spot monitor, and a miles per gallon capacity of 26 when you are in the city. That goes up to 34 when you are on the highway. So make sure you check out the Freeman Mazda Ride of the Week.